What's up, Virgo? Much love to all the subscribers. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Sean Ashar, and I'll be doing your reading for the second half of August 2021. Take what resonate, leave the rest. Just give me a minute to bring the energy in, and we'll get started. Thank you. We got the Four of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we got the Nine of Pentacles. We got the Queen of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we got the Moon. We got the Seven of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we got the Magician. Overall energy, we got Judgment. So Virgo, this is you taking another step in your spiritual development. What you've been doing these past two previous readings that I've done for y'all. Y'all taking another step. Really processing what's necessary to continue to advance you in your spiritual path and your spiritual evolution. Really looking at the whole of your life right now and where you come from in just a short period of time. And really not being satisfied with that. You want to keep going. You want to keep evolving spiritually. Keep fulfilling your highest purpose to the max as much as you can. Keep expanding spiritually. Listening to your highest guidance, your highest self, to help you do what's necessary to keep going to new spiritual heights. You see, we got these mountains back here. And that's symbolic for new spiritual heights. Even further than what you were previously on. You're bettering yourself spiritually. Continuing to better yourself spiritually. You know that it's an ongoing process. You know, your spiritual awakening has shown you that you're not complacent with your spiritual path. You want to keep going, keep pushing it. Keep going higher, keep going to new levels. And every time you do that, the universe is sounding out the signal, the horn. And it's going to help you to do so and bless you. Because you're on your purpose, you're on your duty. You're doing what you're supposed to do, what you're incarnated to do. So you have no other choice but to be blessed by doing so. And we got the Four of Cups. So this is you on the spiritual journey. But again, not feeling truly fulfilled and satisfied all the way. You're doing the right things, but you know that there's more that you can do. Again, with this Judgment card, you know that there's more levels and higher levels that you can go to, that you need to go to. You already know that internally. But you were in a state of trying to figure out what's next, what's the next moves, what's the next steps in my spiritual growth and process and path. You already got an idea of what it is. You know what it is, basically. And you're doing a great job of fulfilling that. But again, you already know that it's an ongoing process and you need to go to new levels. You want to keep growing and expanding. Because if you're not continuing to grow, you'll eventually start declining. You know, there's no midpoint. There's no safe haven. You know, you're either going to keep going up or you're going to decline. So recently you've been in the process of figuring out what's next, and Spirit is bringing it to you. You know, the horn has been sounded. The divine knows that you want to keep moving forward. And you want to know exactly what to do. And Spirit is bringing it to you. Spirit is bringing those answers to you, to the consciousness, to the subconscious mind. And this man sitting up under this tree, this is symbolic of the Buddha in meditation. So the Four of Cups is really a spiritual card. You in your spiritual state, you know, taking a little time out to really process and figure out what's next on your path. And it's coming to you. Those ideas are coming to you. Those insights are coming to you into the consciousness from Spirit. Then we got the Nine of Pentacles. So you're really enjoying the process. You're really You're continuing to invest in yourself and in your spiritual path with these pentacles in the back. And we got the grapes behind her. And it's symbolic of growth spiritually. Grapes getting crushed, turning into wine, which is spirits, alcohol. So again, more symbology of spiritual growth, internal growth. You know, you're not in a rush to do anything. You want to do everything the right way with this Nine of Pentacles, just flowing gracefully and being in this divine, feminine, receptive energy, receiving these insights from spirit and your higher self and the divine as to how to move forward to the new spiritual heights that you want to attain for yourself and further progress in your spiritual path. And again, all this work is going to pay off for you. It's already done paid off for you, and it's still paying off for you. Now you're going to get an even more, a bigger payout for continuing to progress. For some of y'all trying to figure out exactly how can your spiritual path make you more money. And spirit is going to bring that to you. You know, what's the ideal employment for you on the spiritual path that you would love, that fulfills you spiritually, but also, you know, brings in a good amount of money for you. Spirit is bringing those ideas and that insight into you for your ideal employment while being on this spiritual path and spiritual journey. You got better things coming for you that haven't even arrived yet with this falcon right here on her hand. Because once you take that mask off the falcon flies out and it hunts, it gets food, and it comes back to the master. So just think of, you got like a spiritual falcon going out and bringing you these new ideas about how to better your life and your career in the spiritual field, and how to earn more money if you're already on that path of being in the ideal field that you want to be in, that satisfies your soul and your spiritual growth. Now we got the Queen of Wands. So you're very confident in your spiritual journey and in yourself. Confident in what you're doing. Confident on the new life to come. Again, with this falcon right here. And holding this sunflower. New life. New life is blooming. That's what you're holding on to. You know, you got a huge vision for yourself on your spiritual path and in your career. You holding on to that new life. You feel it already. You feel it in your grasp already. And again, you're confident about it. Coming into your power in the spiritual journey, in this spiritual progression. Coming into your inner strength. The strength to keep going, to keep pushing, to keep expanding spiritually. You know, and with the moon, you're letting go of a lot of fears and illusions that being on the spiritual path can bring to you. Especially with this black cat right here. You're really seeing into the darkness and seeing exactly what it is. Seeing that it's illusionary. And you're also tapping deeper into your magic, your own magic. Of making things happen for yourself on this path. And career-wise. Especially if you're in a field specifically of spirituality. Or looking to jump into that field, you know, using your spiritual gifts and talents of healing. You know, that's Virgo's specialty, healing, dissecting the problem and putting it back together again, making it whole, making it all make sense, and healing it as a whole and making it stronger and better. That's Virgo's specialty. So whatever skills you have in correlation to that, they're really coming to the surface. They coming out of you, coming out of the deepest parts of yourself with this judgment. More spirituality is coming out of yourself, not just from the divine, but out of you. Because you are a part of the divine on earth. So those skills and insights are really coming from the inside of you, from the deepest places of yourself and of your psyche. And you're continuing to move forward on the spiritual path, even if you don't have all the answers right now. Like I said, Spirit is coming in with the answers and insights that you need, the answers to your questions that you need to move forward with this path that you fully embraced. And again, if you had fears in the past about how to move forward and what to do next, those fears are turning into confidence. You're confident in the divine, and you're confident in your divine self and your abilities, which is excellent. Especially for Virgo, because the shadow side of Virgo, sometimes the Virgo energy can make you worry too much about the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? Now your mind is occupied on the right shit, the highest shit. Getting these insights and not worrying about where they're coming from. Not worrying about if you're doing the right thing or not. You naturally know you're on the right path. You're flowing in the right path and you feel it. And again, more confidence in it. You see she draped in yellow, which is the solar plexus, and it's a yellow background. She's confident in everything that she's doing with this Nine of Pentacles. And also being on this path alone, she's confident in that too. Confident in everything that she can achieve with this Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is a magnet for great things to happen, to attract great things towards her. Once again, judgment, the divine and source is bringing you in not only insights about what to do next and what's going on currently, but also unexpected great things for you. They're going to bloom for you, just like this sunflower. It's growing for you. Unexpected great things is growing for you. Things that you hadn't even asked for. They're in the process of blooming for you right now. But again, you know that as well. Even if you don't know exactly what these unexpected things are. With this black cat, you got the vision in the darkness. And you got the magic happening for you. You know, you're on the path and it's all lined up for you. It's all lined up for success for you. Really coming into more spiritual power with this Queen of Wands. And more magical abilities combined with the moon. Some of y'all are gonna receive insights on the gifts and talents that you didn't even know you had, or didn't even consider to be talents in the past. You're getting an upgrade on those talents. They're gonna work better for you, and also in unexpected ways, in ways that you wouldn't even acknowledge before making this judgment call on going into even higher spirituality. And we got the Seven of Pentacles. You at the point where this is what you've been waiting for. a long time. This is what you've been working on yourself to do, to be in this exact position to answer your most highest calling. And do it to the max and keep going. You know, y'all been waiting on this moment a long time, and it's really blooming for you again. With this Nine of Pentacles, it's paying off for you in ways that you don't even see as well. You're attracting great things. And you really focus. Virgo is really focused right now. Focus on their prosperity and their abundance, materially and spiritually. It's one thing to have material abundance, but it's a great thing to be abundant spiritually as well. Again, more spiritual abilities, more spiritual powers, more healing powers, more spiritual wisdom and insight with this judgment. You're no longer putting limitations on what you can do because you know it's infinite. The possibilities are infinite. Being tapped into this spiritual highest calling and highest path. And again, things that you don't even expect are blooming for you. It's growing for you. You done planted more seeds than you even thought you done planted. And you're going to be surprised by with the harvest that come in for you. Then we got the Magician. You know, you hold all the power in your life. Being in this higher consciousness, taking the highest path, answering your highest calling. Again, we're going to talk about the spiritual abilities again. The Magician is the epitome of that. Making things happen for himself. You have everything necessary to create everything that you want, especially being in tune with the divine. Bringing divinity into the physical, the 3D. Again, with this Nine of Pentacles. It's going to be a big payout for you. And again, you're going to help heal a lot of people. You're going to bring people into their highest version of themselves with whatever career field that you choose. And again, I talked about the harvest coming in, a beautiful harvest coming in, beautiful growth coming in the physical. The Magician is in this garden and it's got like beautiful plants everywhere. You know, and I said you planted seeds that you didn't even know you planted. These are different flowers right here. You know what I'm saying? You might have thought you was planting roses and you ended up getting some beautiful blue plants as well growing for you. So yeah, you got all the energy and power in the world to create the life that you want to create, physically, materially, and spiritually, because you're tapped in spiritually. He got an infinity sign on his head. You know, it's no limits. You're not putting no limits on yourself and your spirituality and the spiritual path. You know that divinity is infinite, and so are you. Being a piece of divinity, being a piece of God. You know, God said, "Let there be light," and we can do the same thing because we come from God. So, whatever you want in your life, Virgo, just know that you got everything necessary. You got all the tools necessary. You got the pure spirit and the pure heart necessary to manifest it for yourself. Your healing is going to a whole nother level. Those Virgo those Virgo abilities and traits and skills that you got, they're going to a whole nother level. Y'all really gonna make other people whole within themselves, or help them to get to that point, I should say. You're really gonna be a catalyst on helping them to become whole within themselves and go to higher spirituality themselves, especially with this Queen of Wands. You believe in yourself to do so, and you're gonna believe in the people that you help, and that's gonna help them tremendously. You're gonna help them feel like you in this Queen of Wands energy, radiating confidence and spiritual energy and attracting great things. Helping your clients and the people that you help attract great things. Helping them get over their fears and illusions. Everything that's keeping them from answering their highest calling. And helping them bring out their inner spiritual abilities that they didn't even know they had. Now we're about to clarify the Four of Cups. We got the Wheel of Fortune. You've already entered a new spiritual cycle, but again, you're upgrading that too. You're going to a whole new spiritual cycle. The road, again, Spirit is bringing you insight on what to do next, on how to move forward, how to obtain these new spiritual heights. And the path will be illuminated for you. Brand new cycle. Y'all are stepping into new roles, I should say. A whole new role, a whole new life cycle of, again, higher healing and higher spirituality, higher wisdom, being a greater teacher to whoever needs your assistance. You're going to know exactly what to tell them. You see, we got all the fixed signs, reading the mysteries of the universe with this divine wisdom and insights coming in that you've been waiting for, but also bringing in. You're going to give them exactly what they need to put them, again, in their highest calling, in their highest spirituality, and to put others in a new cycle themselves. And again, you got a great harvest coming in for you. A lot of luck coming in for you, a lot of good breaks coming in for you, being on this path, answering this calling. A lot of money to be made for you, stepping into this profession and into this new role that you're in. Again, you in your life purpose, you're thriving in it. It's what you've been waiting on for a long time. Now that you're actually doing it to the fullest level, you will be compensated for it, materially and spiritually. The divine gives on multiple levels, not just the mundane, not just one level, but all levels. So you're really stepping into some good times right now, in great power. You know, great power brings great responsibility, but you got great judgment. You know, you already know that that's another Virgo trait too. You know, organization, having all your ducks in a row, doing everything necessary. So you're naturally in that state, you know, and being in that state, you know, you're keeping the wheel turning and turning in your favor. And a lot of great things are coming in for you. We got the Page of Wands at the bottom. You're optimistic about this new cycle that you're stepping in. Even more transformation with these salamanders on this little shirt. You're already seeing yourself as at the highest of your spirituality. You're already holding that energy inside of you, and it's blooming inside of you, especially with this Queen of Wands holding this sunflower again. New life is blooming inside of you and growing inside of you. The highest version of yourself, the most powerful version of yourself, is already in progress of blooming inside of you. That's the vision that you're holding for yourself. That's the energy that you're holding for yourself with this big wand right here. You know, you're totally optimistic on your future and what's to come for you and the great things that you can accomplish, you know, on a big scale. You see, we got these 3 pyramids down here. So some of y'all might be doing shit that help people all across the world spiritually. Some of y'all might go to new locations to do y'all work and help people on a mass scale or even bigger scale than you could do where you're currently at. Especially with this Wheel of Fortune cycles. Some of y'all stepping into new locations, a new cycle in a new location, which will help you to fulfill your spiritual work on a bigger scale. You basically feel like the world is yours right now, Virgo, and it is. Now we're about to clarify the Queen of Wands. We got the 8 of Swords. We got the 5 of Swords. They all swords. We got the 4 of Swords. And we got the 7 of Swords. So off top, with all these swords, like I said earlier, a shadow side of Virgo is worrying about the wrong shit and overthinking, having doubts and fears, especially with this moon card. This is what all these swords are speaking of. You know, all the fears that you might have previously had about moving forward and obtaining this new level of spirituality and what's next in your path and in your life. You know, some of y'all was stuck for a little minute. Analysis paralysis. Maybe feeling a little overwhelmed about the next step in your path as well. So it kept you stuck a little bit. The ego playing tricks on you, taking you out of your power, keeping you stuck, making you feel like maybe you can't do it, maybe you shouldn't do it, maybe you should stay small or stay in a box, stay boxed in where you're currently at or where you've always been. Really taking you out of your power, taking you out of your positive mental power and processing. You know, you had to go to war with that. You had a little conflict of the ego and mind when it came to that. But you took the time out to rest on it, think on it. You know, you put the swords up that wasn't serving what you wanted to achieve. You put the swords up that wasn't helping you to take the next step spiritually. You put them swords up and you're sitting on the new sword. You done sat on the new sword and did the inner alchemy. Consulted with your higher self. Used your judgment. Consulted with your higher self in divinity about how to move forward and if you got what it takes to move forward in a bigger way. You know, some of y'all always knew y'all's potential, but really got kind of froze for a minute and kind of felt overwhelmed about actually stepping into it as big as a spiritual role that you're supposed to be in. But you know, you didn't let that stop you though. You stayed calm, slept on it, meditated on it, and did the internal alchemy, turning yourself into gold, turning yourself into confidence, more yellow, assuring yourself that you can do this, that this is for you, that you are capable, and that you are deserving of being in this type of big spotlight and having this big responsibility that is divinely yours and what you're supposed to do. And with this Seven of Swords, this is speaking on self-sabotage again, the ego, taking your power away. You see he left two swords right here. All these swords are supposed to be yours, for your army, for your power, for your ammunition. But the ego likes to take that away and keep you small, you know, quote unquote, keep you safe, some would say. Keep you from being disappointed and hurt about, you know, things not working out the way you would like them to, or that you're not ready to do it. Just taking you out of your power and your confidence, but you got over that. That's beautiful. That's probably Virgo's biggest weakness. Is getting out of their head space, getting out of the negative self-talk and feeling overwhelmed about things. Bottom of the deck, we got the Three of Wands. So through the midst of all that mental conflict and going to war with your ego and your fears, you stuck to your plan though. You know, this is what you wanted to do. This is what you've been waiting for a long time. This is what you've been working on yourself for. And you stuck to the plan. You know, you let things play out that needed to play out. You let the divine handle things that you physically couldn't handle. And you're waiting on your new life to come in. Your new cycle to come in. And this is like the law of attraction card, you know. You see we got boats in this water right here. You know, it's like this man is sending them boats out to get the goods and other things that he needs necessary to continue his plan, his grand plan of what he has in store for himself, in his world, in his life. You know, again, all the spiritual insight is coming into you to guide you along your path. Now we're about to clarify the Seven of Pentacles. We got the Sun. We got the Seven of Wands. And we got Justice. So again, I told you, your harvest is coming in, and in bigger ways than you even thought would happen for you. Your most grandest vision and grandest potential is manifesting for you. You're stepping into the light. Any fears that you had about being on a big stage and then having a big responsibility, people looking up to you, and things like that, that's coming to an end. You in a new energy, a new light. You're seeing yourself in a new light. You're feeling the new spiritual power and confidence. You're feeling the confidence. You're feeling the confidence of flowing in your highest purpose. You know, you're filled with new energy and passion. Your passion for what you want to do is really fueling you as well and helping you strive forward to have your best life, to live your best life and your truest life. You bursting onto the scene, bare. You know, the real you, the real authentic you. And there's nothing more stronger than the most authentic version of ourselves. And you're enjoying it. You know, you're no longer in a space of anxiety about it. You're enjoying this. You're having fun with it. You're not taking it too serious, but at the same time, you are all in with it. You know, this is what you want to do. It's concrete with what you want to do. And you're embracing all that energy. Again, more sunflowers, new life blooming. Your new life is growing. You're stepping into it. You know, a new beautiful purpose and existence in life. You're stepping right into it. You're going to shine a light on a lot of other people and help them tremendously with your energy, with your confident energy, confidence in your skills and abilities, and what you can do. And you're going to help people do the same. So the best of times are ahead of you, Virgo. And we got the Seven of Wands. Yeah, it was a fight, especially with that mental conflict and that battle with the ego. It was a fight, but you stayed on top of it. You know, you're not letting the negative potentialities, the hypothetical negative thoughts that could happen, you're not letting that overwhelm you. You didn't let that overwhelm you. You're staying on top of it. And if it's creeping up again, or if it should creep up in the future, you have all the strength to stay on top of it. You know, you got the high ground. over these negative thoughts or people that try to knock you down. You got the high ground. You know, you crossing this water, you crossing this abyss. See, he got one foot going across this little stream right here. You got all the power. You got all the balance. You see, he got one high top boot and one low top boot. So you got all the balance, strength, and power and fight in you and will in you. 7 of Wands, this is the fire card. Your passion is helping you get this strength as well to keep going and to keep staying on top of your glory and the best life that you want to experience for yourself. That you've been putting in the work to experience. Then we got justice. You're getting everything that you deserve. Answering his highest calling and staying on top of everything. You in alignment with everything that you deserve, everything that the universe got for you, everything that divinity got for you. It's all coming in for you. It's all divine karmic justice. Because you want to help other people too. You want to empower other people too to live their truth and speak their truth. But you can't do that unless you do that for yourself first, and you've done it. It's concrete. You know, she's sitting on I don't know what the material is. It look like some stone or something. But either way, it's hard. It's concrete. It's solid. You know, it's not flexible. It is what it is. It's set in stone. You are powerful. You are powerful enough to step into your power and wield your power, to wield your sword. And your mind state is on continuing to upgrade your strength in spirit, as well as empower others. It's what you love to do. It's in your heart to do this. You see, she got the green cloak on over the heart chakra. That's where it like connects. It's in your heart to do this. And again, you will be blessed very much so by doing it. Stepping into it, answering his calling. And for y'all who've been in a legal, have some legal matters or some documentations or some paperwork, maybe with businesses, or again on the legal aspect, it's coming out in your favor. This is what you've been fighting for, it's what you deserve. The divine is on your side. And it's going to be the outcome that you want. The best possible outcome. A better outcome than you thought for some of y'all as well. Bottom of the deck, we got the Page of Wands again. Again, more confidence, seeing the best future for yourself. Seeing the best future for yourself. Seeing yourself being blessed and in this position of power, coming out on top. And again, seeing yourself more transformed under spirit, under the divine, by taking the highest path, continuing to push yourself to new spiritual limits, well, I shouldn't even say limits, to new spiritual heights. Now we're about to take a look into your love life. We got calling in your soulmate. We got past life relationship. Then we got religious factors. Yeah. Bottom of the deck, we got wedding. Calling in your soulmate, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So Virgo, answering your even higher calling than what you previously been doing, going to new spiritual heights and more spiritual awakening. You're calling in the perfect partner for you, your life partner for you. A real soulmate connection for you is coming in. You know, just keep envisioning that. Keep that vision in your head. Remember, the Page of Wands came out twice. So you're already envisioning a great partner, a great match for you. Keep holding that energy. And keep holding that energy of love. And that type of partner that you want. Keep envisioning that, and you're going to bring it into your life. You're doing that anyway by just being on this path and embracing it wholeheartedly. But really visualizing and holding that energy of the partner that you want to have is going to quicken it. In past life relationship, you have known each other before. So some of y'all are bringing in soulmates, period. You know, they're going to be really resonant souls. For some of them, they're literally going to be past life relationships. People that you've known in a past life and have been with romantically in a past life. You know, y'all incarnated back to do it again, to go at it again. And both of y'all are going to be spiritual. Because this is a card that only comes out for a spiritual connection. You know, it's going to be romantic. You know, it's going to be passionate. You know, you're really going to feel safe and protected with this person. And feel like you've known them your whole life, your whole life, this life. And yeah, it's gonna feel like you've known them in the past too. So this person that you're bringing in, these soulmates that y'all bringing in, is gonna be an undeniable connection, a natural connection, pretty much instant. In religious factors, your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Your spiritual path, the whole basis of this reading. Your highest calling, awakening even more spiritually. You see, she got the crown. She got like an etheric crown above her crown chakra. So really tap into source, into the divine. The more you tap into the divine, the faster you bring this person in for you. Because the more you tap into the divine, the more you tap into love, real natural love. You know, not the 3D love, not the fake love. You know, not the love that I just want a partner, I just want somebody to be with. I'm talking about the real soulmate love, the lifelong partner, the marriage material love, the perfect match love. You know, y'all gonna walk through life together, spend the rest of y'all days together. This situation involves marriage. You know, and some of y'all are literally getting married to this person. Legal contract. I mean, what's the word? Legal, contractual, legal documentations, you know, legally married. You know, same last name. All that good shit. So yeah, y'all are bringing in y'all lifelong partners from fully embracing this path and having divine love in your heart and soul. Now we're about to clarify calling in your soulmate. Exactly, we got the Hierophant. In understanding of your spiritual path and your highest calling, a deeper understanding of spirit and the divinity and source, of divinity and source. You know, you're going into a higher state of spiritual consciousness. You're calling in your soulmate by doing so. Somebody who matches your frequency, your spiritual energy, and your spiritual intelligence. And who also matches your love. The Hierophant is also another card of marriage. You know, he holds the marriage. He holds the wedding. You know, he's like the pastor, the modern day pastor. This is the pastor of old, of the ancient days. So you're bringing in somebody who is really going to be married with spirit themselves. Like I said, y'all are bringing in spiritual partners. And it's going to be a perfect mesh, a perfect match. Y'all going to have a lot to give each other about spirit and the spiritual path. Bottom of the deck, we got the moon. Y'all are really going to be giving each other deep knowledge of spirituality. Y'all are going to continue to grow together spiritually and give the most inner parts of yourselves to each other. You know, it's like y'all souls are going to be intertwined spiritually, and it's going to be an unbreakable bond, an undeniable bond. You know, you see this moon is lit up. It's a full moon. You know, the sun is behind this moon, backing it, having its back, bringing out the innermost energies and secrets and hidden potential of the moon, bringing it all to the forefront. So y'all are going to bring out the best of each other and really keep each other safe and secure. Now we're about to clarify past life relationship. These all came out reversed. We got the Sun, we got the Knight of Swords, and we got the Wheel of Fortune. So with the Sun in reverse, this is really speaking of, with all these cards in reverse, this is really speaking of negative experiences in the past with love. You know, some of y'all might have thought that y'all were previously with your soulmate, but it wasn't that, it was a karmic. You know, you might have seen everything in this person that you wanted to at first when you were on a lower spiritual level. But it wasn't it. It was all an illusion. And again, we got the moon right here. You illuminated your illusions. That's interesting that I would get it like this. But now you're getting the real deal. Like I said earlier, you're bringing in the real deal. So everything that you thought you had in the past was really a learning curve. So you can better yourself spiritually and bring what you really want and deserve. And you can really bring the real in. You know what I'm saying? The real deal in. Exactly. Bottom of the deck, we got the Devil. Y'all previously dealt with somebody who you thought was a soulmate. The person that you previously were with might have been a past life relationship as well. It was just a karmic cycle though that you had to go through again to bring you to higher spiritual awareness and consciousness. You know, and the love that you had and the time that you put in for this person had you stuck with this person, kept you in this cycle of illusion. this cycle of illusion and deceit. You know, you thought it was the sun and everything that you wanted at one point, but that wasn't the case. You know, they wasn't telling you the truth. They wasn't truthful, for their words did not match their actions with this Knight of Swords in reverse. There was no action to back up the words that they had for you. And those words kept you going in this cycle over and over again with this person. But now tapping into this higher spiritual awareness, you're free from these chains. You was never stuck to these chains. You see these chains around these people's necks, they loose. You know, they are there by their own power, by their own illusions, their own ego, their own fears. You know, they might think they're in a good place. You know, some of y'all thought y'all were in a good place with this past person by being there, by being stuck in this toxic energy. Once upon a time, you thought that was where you're supposed to be. That was where you wanted to be. But that enlightenment hit. You see, he got a torch coming down to these people. That enlightenment hit. That spiritual awakening hit. You took them chains off. You left that behind. And now we're about to clarify religious factors. We got the Lovers. Answering your higher spiritual calling, your higher spiritual calling, your higher spiritual consciousness, your highest purpose in life, your spiritual purpose in life, what you incarnated down here to do, is making you whole within yourself, and it's bringing in this soulmate person that's perfect for you, who are also whole, who is also whole within themselves as well. Y'all are bringing in some super soulmates. The real soulmates this time. The balanced soulmate. Not the karmic soulmate. The balanced soulmate. The loving soulmate. The thoughtful soulmate. The soulmate that meets you halfway. The soulmate that's focused on the divine. You see, she looking up to this angel, and he looking at her. But he got the tree that's behind him. It's lit with flames and passion, you know, which is the lower nature. You know, only dealing with the physical and the sex and things of that nature, and the lust. You're not. All that's good too. I mean, that's very necessary. That attraction. And that sexual energy is necessary for any relationship to work. But if it's all based on that, then it's not going to work. Now you're bringing in somebody who's focused on divinity, just like you, who's focused on the wisdom. You see, we got her tree behind her, got the snake cord around, which really represents wisdom, you know. And transformation, shedding of the old skin, and healing. So you're gonna y'all are bringing in healed people who have done the spiritual work for themselves, by themselves, even without y'all meeting yet. So they already ready to go when y'all come together. Somebody who is considerate of how you feel and what you like, your passions and your purpose and your pursuits. Again, the perfect complements to each other. Because it's a lifelong commitment. Everything necessary to sustain a lifelong commitment. Bottom of the deck, we got the Eight of Cups. Walking away from these past karmics who you thought you were supposed to be with. Making a clean break from that and really embracing going into your intuition, following your intuition and going to true fulfillment. Again, answering your highest calling and going to new spiritual heights. Leaving that bullshit alone, leaving them toxic emotions alone that's in these cups. Doing the spiritual work on yourself, becoming whole and bringing in a whole person, a whole partner who is also on the spiritual path and has also had a similar spiritual path as you. Y'all can relate. Y'all paths can relate. Again, y'all are going to share a lot of spiritual insights with each other with this Hierophant. And that's going to make our connection. That's going to be like the icing on the cake. That's going to be like the glue, the permanent glue to keep y'all together for a lifelong commitment. Now we're about to wrap your reading up with some messages and guidance from Spirit. We got soul solitude. And we got soul power. Bottom of the deck, we got nature. Soul solitude. Your soul needs attention. There are moments when it's important to get away, not just from the noise of the outside world, but to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet, a place for soul solitude. This is a time to pause, a time to reflect, a time for you. So this goes hand in hand with the overall theme of your reading, this Judgment card. Really take some time out for isolation right now, to really get in tune with everything that's going on with you internally. You see, she got a whole universe going on inside of her body, which is true. We got a whole, not only do we got physical organs inside of us, we got a whole spiritual universe that is working inside of us 24/7, just like the organs are. So it's a time to really get in tune with yourself and your soul. You already know what time it is with this Judgment, you know. That's what's going to bring in the necessary spiritual insights and guidance and more spiritual advancements in your consciousness. It's going to help you grow spiritually. Just really getting in tune with your center and your soul, the outer regions of your soul, the most inner regions of your soul. This sky is representing like infinity within the heart and soul. It's time to dive deep into that. Because that's what the spiritual path is all about. You got to get lost in it. You got to be one with it. And we got soul power. Always remember, you're a soul that comes with a body, not a body that comes with a soul. Your soul is your true essence, and you have an unlimited supply of soul power at your command whenever you need it. So really tapping into the soul, being centered in the soul, in the infinity of the soul, the infinite power of the soul, the infinite knowledge of the soul is going to give you everything that you need to take off, to fly to new spiritual heights and spiritual consciousness and spiritual power. Your soul is actually your most powerful weapon on the spiritual path, that is. It's going to give you everything that you need, all the knowledge, wisdom, and external resources that you need to fulfill your purpose and your highest duties on this world. And really make that jump of being truly one with divinity. Your true essence, your true power. Your soul is your true essence and your true power. So again, go ahead first in this inner universe, in your soul, which is your soul. The spiritual path is the journey and transformation of the soul, the continuous journey and transformation of the soul. Because the shit don't stop, it don't even stop when you die. You go to another place, but you continue the journey, It doesn't stop. Divinity is infinite. And we got nature. This is a time to absorb the healing properties that nature has to offer. Your mind, body, and soul need nourishment, energy, revitalization, and strength. Nature has much to offer, so take this time to connect and spend some quality time outdoors. It goes hand in hand with the soul solitude. Go outside, get these sun rays, these rays are powerful right now, because remember, we just had this Lionsgate that just passed, and we're still in Leo season 2. So these sun rays are very empowering right now and very revitalizing. You're going to get a lot of downloads being in that sun right now. And that's right up your alley right now, Virgo, with this Judgment card. Get into nature, Sit under a tree, walk barefoot. You know what I'm saying? Some people say hug a tree. I didn't really feel nothing when I hugged the tree previously, but, everybody different. But me, I like being outdoors, though, just in general, Getting that fresh air. Even if it's raining a little bit, it's very refreshing. Just being out there in nature, in the natural world. And you have, again, this is signifying that you have a whole world inside of you, growth and potential inside of you, transformation with this butterfly inside of you. Beautiful plants and growth that's inside of you. So being in nature really helps you tap into that, tap into your inner self. It helps you tap into that soul solitude. that inner universe. So yeah, go outside, Go outside and sip a drink, have a drink, you know. Do whatever you do, enjoy yourself outdoors. In nature, one more thing. Nature is natural. Nature does not act out of character. Even when it's like a thunderstorm or a tornado or something like that, it's supposed to happen to clear out old energy for whatever reason. The earth is an intelligence itself. It's an intelligence that was here before humans were here, doing what it always done. So nature is natural. Nature is part of the divine. It is divinity. It is divine intelligence. You ain't got to tell nature what to do. It already came like that. It already do that automatically. And that's the energy that you want to be under, Virgo. Just automatic divinity with this judgment right here. So take notes from nature. Be as natural as nature. So that concludes your reading, Virgo. If it resonated with you, please like the video and subscribe. If you need your own personal reading from me, my contact info will be in the description. Until next time, Virgo.